I am Evlia, a traveler of the Ottoman Empire, venturing into the heart of Africa along the timeless Nile. Departing from Boruste, we went another 7 hours south along the Nile to the stage of Kalat Boruste, the city of Ibristan, the Hebrew country. As we entered this city in grand procession, the royal kettle drums and other drama resounded on all sides. In every marketplace, a sea of men came out to greet him, while their black-skinned women ululated from the benches and made the city reverberate. But they were all looking at us, not at the king, wondering what these white, raw men were and crying in their astonishment. God be praised, some even fled when they saw us. This fortress is also of mud brick. It has 6 Friday mosques and 1,000 houses of reed and mud brick. Here and there are thatch shops and Borus shops. The one consists of 600,000 Zangis and black shop in Punjistan, and their language is Hebrew, specimen of Hebrew. There are several different languages in this country of Punjistan and recorded what I know about them, but it is really astounding when the people of Boruste speak with this elegant language, because it is very obscure and complex. Moreover, they are very polite when addressing one another, prefacing every remark with Ajandaji, meaning my dear sir. Rich and poor alike speak in this fashion. They are mainly sun worshippers. They pay a tax to the king. There are also very wealthy merchants among them who travel beyond the source of the Nile, where on the other side they reach the Indian Ocean and go to the Portuguese cities, where they buy and sell with the francs, refusing gold and silver coins and instead getting merchandise for merchandise. I was a guest here at Kalat Boruste for 2 days, having very good relations with the people, and so I was able to note down some of their speech. They are a good-natured sort of people. Description of battling stars, Y424. The next morning we set off once again, travelling south along the Nile through prosperous fields of fine halfa and alfalfa. In 11 hours we arrived at Kalat Donqade. According to the local people, it is one of the cities founded by Asaf al-Bakiya upon the instruction of the sages. Truly it was a great and ancient city, but the current residents live amidst ruins. There are 6,000 stone houses. The fortress is on the western side. There is also a large domed Friday mosque built of stone, as well as some small marketplaces. But there was a sea of men. In particular, the city was full of Black Crow rustics and rebels who had come to get a glimpse of the Sultan. The governor, a vizier named Rahim al-Din Khan, came out to greet the king with 100,000 troops and abundant gifties. The people are Malikis, but they eat cats, rhinoceroses, wild asses, earth called lauzurimta, that grows on a bush and is very sweet and invigorating. It is monkeys, gazelles, deer, kids, but they are the mountains. There's a seeded fruit called carmen that tastes like chestnuts, and that is what they eat. And there's also is shaped like a small fish growing from the tail, and if you cut the bush, a fragrant shape, it is out that is like fish oil. The Ibran, Hebrew, folk rub this oil on their heads to get rid of head lice. They also apply it to eyes that have white specks, much as one might apply indigo to the skin, and if this is done for 3 days, the white accumulated over 40 years disappears. But one must not apply too much of it, can ruin one's vision. I have obtained an ink pot of it, and God be praised, it is the greatest elixir. The only crop grown in this region is millet. There is no wheat, barley, beans, lentils, Y424B flax, chickpeas or barseem, Egyptian clover. Here in Boruste the Sultan had a man put to death by stoning. Although married to another woman, the man had deflowered a virgin. As punishment, they buried him up to the waist and stoned him to death. 163. Continuing on from Boruste, as we travelled south along the Nile, we observed thousands of crocodiles, like so many dragons, now passing over sand, and now over soil or crossing mountains. We came in 9 hours to marvels and wonders. Mount Cindus of the prophet Idris, sacrifices of camels, sheep, goats, roosters, snakes and cats. The Sultan's troops break through the wall of a cave and enter to consult the oracle of the prophet Idris. It addresses Evlia in Turkish, giving his entire genealogy and foretelling future events, as well as addressing his company, tons and slaves. Y425A, Y425B. We camped in this plain for 3 days and 3 nights. Every day groups of people went to consult the oracle Y426A and returned with satisfactory replies. I went 3 times and learned everything I wanted to know, except that it would say nothing about the 5 hidden things. On the 3rd day, the Sultan and all the notables went and performed the sacrifices with stain, and then the masons closed the door of the cave, walled it up again, numbstones, said a prayer, and departed. It seems that every year in July, great days and of people from Fungistan and Berberistan that are in this plain for 3 days and 3 nights, during which everyone consults the oracle. Days, even travelling by moonlight. Mornings we spent hunting the name of I. Eating from this plain, we cover one oracle the Nile for Sis. This valley is Wadi Shiljala, meaning the plain of Dul Jalal. It is an endless, heart-expanding plain with productive Y426B forests, lakes and streams, and date groves and rose gardens. 10 parasangs to the west, on the sea coast, lies Sinictere, one of the fortresses of the Portuguese Franks. It is reportedly a large city, but I have not seen it. We spent 3 days hunting in this plain of Singular, sea, and Beige 70 elephants, 16 rhinoceroses, quite a few tigers, and Copila ID, thousands of rabbits, wild asses, oryx, giraffes, and wild sheep. This Mars plain we dined on gazelle, rhinoceros, and wild sheep. At noon on the 4th day, 70,000 or 80,000 troops appeared with 10 huge elephants mounted by 200 boys and girls, having been sent as a gift from the governor of Rumeila, which we now entered in grand procession.